One of the shows that meet the honorable mention, it's gotta be Solo Leveling, man. Yes, sir! We're here. Halfway through the 2025 year. We've gone winter 2025 covered, spring 2025 covered. Now we're here in summer. But, summer's already started. Before we get into deep dive into summer, we're going to recap. Recap good old winter 2025 and spring 2025. As you probably can guess, I have not seen all these shows, even up here. Just gotta keep it real with you. I'll show you all at the end of the video what shows I saw and little quick notes I have on them. But I have to admit, not all shows I watched were good, and some had to be dropped. Because it just wasn't cooking. Before we get into this review, appreciate that like and subscribe. It really helps support my channel. If you enjoy anime content, gaming, this channel is just for you. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Whew. Alrighty. Got a good list here. Honorable mention 2. You can name it 7 or 6, however you want to think about it. I think top 5 is just best. We'll just keep these as honorable mentions. It's for the tier. Specifically for the tier. For me, honorable mention, one of the shows that meet the honorable mention, it's gotta be Solo Leveling, man. Solo Leveling, he's just not that good. Where is this Solo Leveling? I'm just kidding. It's good old, here we go. Where'd my show go? Mono is made by, I've talked about before in my other video reacting to their opening ending theme song. It's by the same author as Laid Back Camp. And I'm at season 2. I finished season 2 with Laid Back Camp. I'm on season 3. But both shows are very good. Mono is more of like a watered down version. And that's not a bad thing to say when Laid Back Camp is peak. But mentioned before, Mono is the photography club. And they just go out, travel, visit sites in Japan, and it's a charming, really relaxing show. But they've got really good visuals, just like Laid Back Camp. And I do appreciate the relationships the main group of characters have with each other. But although it was really good, there's a lot of competition this year, so I gotta keep it as an honorable mention. But it came out every Saturday during spring 25. I enjoyed it. Very good. Next up, the other honorable mention I want to give it to is Fire Force. Come on, dragging a little slow with me. Fire Force season 3, man. I was genuinely surprised because season 2 was a little over the place, but season 3 really developed that plot and did a very good job with these big reveals with like how like church is behind everything, the religion they made. Oh my god, they cooked this season, and they had some good fight scenes too. But I just gotta see how the show ends. But I was really shocked. I wasn't expecting too much out of Fire Force season 3, but the plot twist, the whole Adola being linked, and how they're connecting it to Soul Eater 2. It's wild. They did a good job, and your boy will definitely be there for the last core, I believe. That's going to be crazy fast. But next up, all right, the big juicy list. 1 through 5. There is such good competition this year, and I didn't even watch all these shows down below, and other shows that aired as well. But for me, number 5, I am going to go with, it's going to be a sleeper pick. It's a very sleeper pick. But My Hero Academia Vigilantes was really like that. Another show that I had low expectations for, but they did a really good job, even with like not talking about the main story, because obviously it's a spinoff. So Koichi, college student, not necessarily a bum, but has a weak quirk where it's just like slide and glide, and all he does is that it makes moving easier for him. He just makes himself like frictionless and slides around. But My Hero Academia Vigilantes, it focuses not on like the main hero world, because that's what My Hero Academia, the main show, is about. You know, like the top heroes, number 1, number 5, so and so, the rankings. This is about the normal citizens, and like you're probably wondering, like, how's that hype? But dude, like all the issues stem around the citizens, and citizens will become villains, citizens will become heroes. Like this is like the root of all issues. And the character cast, they definitely grew on me. Koichi, I was like, and then he grew on me. Pop Step, I'm just, she can do her own thing. But Knuckle Duster grew on me. Hella good dad, and just his story is really sad. And I read some spoilers because I was interested, but like, I'll keep it not, I won't go too much in detail, but like, pretty much he's quirkless now, like Izuku Midoriya. But at one point, he wasn't. He had a quirk. People who've seen My Hero Academia can probably guess what happened when you have a quirk and then somehow you lose it. All for one. But the best episode, in my opinion, is easily gotta be episode 9, when Koichi's mom visits Koichi, and when he pretty much has a quirk awakening. So, because he doesn't have a bummy quirk, it's just his mom used to slap him when he was a kid because he would fly off on his own before he could even walk, and they did that so well. And just going back with Knuckle Duster, looking after his family, that was a tough moment at the end. But season 2 already confirmed for 2026. It's hype. Good show. Looking forward to it. Alrighty. This is I'm gonna get some hate for this. But in this remaining list, man, I gotta go with it. It's number 4 for me personally. Come on, where you at? Solo Leveling. And you're probably expecting me to, do an edit with the Tyler Cruder. Psych! But genuinely, I am putting this at number 4. And it's just tough. And maybe, because it's a little long now and I'm forgetting about it. But still, like, I've explained the reason why it wasn't not a reason, but many reasons why the show is not top 10 in a short, in my early months of starting my content creating. So I won't go too much in detail there, but it does what a power fantasy anime does. It makes you just feel his aura and like just see the dope fight scenes, and it's a power creep fantasy, So it does a really good job of that. And I mentioned before, I think the best moment season 2 was him bringing his mom back, but then people were that, so I'm just like, I don't even know, but I would be lying if I didn't say the fight scenes were dope, because they're hella good. A1 Pictures cooked. But I'll let you go watch my short and explain a little more detail there. But let's move on to number 3. And what I was going to say is, people were hating on spring 2025. Like, winter 2025 was good too, but like, really good. But spring 2025, like, I watched more shows and finished, or I finished more shows than winter 2025. Like, it's crazy. And people were hating on it, but you'll see my list of what shows I saw this first half of the year. And this is going to be, these next 3 picks, people are going to be like, how the hell, how is Bears all leveling? But genuinely, in this list right here, I finished this recently. Yes, you're probably wondering what this dope picture is right here. It is Aharen-san is Indecipherable. I cannot pronounce the Japanese name, but dude, this slice of life rom-com absolutely cooked in season 2. I I reacted to the opening and ending theme song earlier on my channel. It's one of my earlier videos. But season 2, it did a really good job of not following normal slice of life rom-com tropes. Like I've mentioned before, this show is literally the premise is two introverts trying to become friends, Aharen and Raido. And the way they do the storytelling with it is just absolutely beautiful, especially in season 2, because the show is funny and random, just this random things. And Raido, he comes up with all these delusions, and like he's a very imaginative guy. But I'll start with some lead up before the final episode, because that final episode was so good. So good. I haven't seen a good final episode like that in a little while. I have seen some good ones lately, but that one like really sat with me. So, emotional maturity, big moments in life. So, one of the things like in high school, growing up, like when you're going to college or trying to decide what you want to do after high school, that's when your life opens up. There's a lot of options you can take. You can go to college, you can go to trade school, you don't even need to go to college. You can just enter the workforce right away. You can do content creating like I do. So many things you can do. But as, you hit that point in your life and you think, what do you want to do? And it starts with Oshiro, their Aharen's big, tall, red-haired friend. She's very talented at like a lot of things. But the one thing that people didn't expect her to do is wanted to go to beauty school. But that's her passion. That's what she enjoyed. And like that was a good moment there. And just like all their friendship and relationships, super good. But then all these like big life moments, like Raido, like they go to their senior year and he's trying to figure out what he wants to do with his life. But one thing is certain, that he wants to be by Aharen side. And, while doing that, he wants to figure out like a profession. And with all these imaginary delusions he thinks of, like there's a lot he can do. But the last episode, you flash forward into their grandparents' years, their grandparents in the last episode. I was like, whoa, what? But they handled it beautifully. I probably spent a little too much time on it, but tearjerker. It made me tear up. I gotta be real. It got me. So very good, very good. I was really surprised because I didn't even expect the show to get a season 2, but they sent it off very well and hit some really good life lessons on the way there. So that's my number 3 pick. I was more emotionally moved by that than Solo Levelings. But y'all will probably think I'm crazy. It's all good though. It's all good. We got different tastes. All right. Gotta try to keep this as flowing as possible. But number 2 for 2025, first half of the year. We got July going on right now, and fall 2025 that's gonna happen later. Number 2 show for me this first half, Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone is genuinely a very good show. Very good show. And for me, I'm a science-based person. I think I look at the world in a very material way. And Dr. Stone is all about that. And goddamn, go to America, all the way from Japan. When people who don't know, modern world, people get petrified, turned to stone. 1,000 years later, Senku, pretty much the smartest human on Earth, gets revived, and his goal is to bring back humanity. And like, they start off, they're literally like cavemen, but like with the knowledge of the modern world. So going to America, they made a lot of progress with the show. And the thing that I really liked was showing Senku's backstory and who his mentor was. Because this is the only spoiler I say. He finally gets to meet his mentor in person, which is the Dr. Zeno from America who worked for NASA and also worked with Senku's dad, Byakuya. So the plot twists were big, and they're going to Brazil now, so they're traveling across the entire world. But season 4, part 2 is going on right now for July 2025, and your boy's gonna be there. So the show's been very good. It's one of the best shows I've seen. I stayed away from it for years, but now I'm all about it. It deserves its hype. And the dub is so good. It's one of the funniest dubs you'll ever see. So, alrighty. Number 1. And there's so many options, but if you've watched my channel, you can probably guess what I have at number 1. And for me, number 1 is easily the good old Apothecary Diaries. Dude, this show really came out of nowhere. Genuinely came out of nowhere in fall 2023. Fall 2023 was like when Freeman came around, and then all of a sudden, like, because I was still big. I was definitely a lot bigger in anime then because I had more time to watch it. But I heard all about this Apothecary Diaries hype. I'm like, oh my god, it's matching Freeman? Okay. So I hopped into it. I think episode 4, Mama, you slap the hoe. And I'm like, I'm locked in. This character's a GOAT. And season 1, I like season 1 better than season 2, but that's like comparing peak to peak. So one peak is higher. Apothecary Diaries season 2 streamed from winter 2025 through spring 2025. And the winter 2025 season was a little slower, but it was the setup for this fire arc in spring 2025. Genuinely so good. And similar to Aharen-san, moved to tears. Shishui, man. Shishui. Like, Mao Mao's still my favorite character in the show. But Shishui, also, a.k.a. Lolan, concubine Lolan, the plot twist is just, they're so crazy. The depth of the story is crazy good. It's a show that makes you think, and I like that. I like that. So maybe I'll like Lore and the Mysteries. Whatever. That's for a different episode, different video. But the plot, the characters, the animation, art design, absolutely beautiful. They hook with the Apothecary Diaries. And I mentioned before, storytelling, emotional impact, and just that unmatched complexity. It just makes this show so good. And you have one of the best female protagonists I've seen in a long time. So yeah, just Apothecary Diaries. It's not for everyone because people got different tastes. A lot of the casual watcher now is more of Unga Bunga. But if you can get into the Apothecary Diaries, it's such a good show and worth it. But Shishui, man, that season 2, episode 47, such a beautiful moment. And genuinely, I still think about that. I'm like, bro, they cooked. They absolutely cooked. There's nothing I can do. I was just in awe. So good. But there you go. Crazy list, right? And maybe I should have ranked some more, but here's the list of everything I watched, whether it was unfinished or all the way through. There you have it. Anime 2025 ranked. First half. So, and if y'all got recommendations, slide them on through. I am always happy to hear you all out and check out some new things. I recently, I mentioned before, I've been watching Laid Back Camp, and that has been very good on top of these seasonal shows. So I Huge anime fan, will always be, and we'll keep creating more content like this. So, if you made it to this part of the video, thank you. Appreciate a like and subscribe if you enjoyed what you saw. Share this with your friends, and let's keep growing the channel together. Catch you on the next video.